Was the delicate scent of baby powder clinging to his collar merely a trick of her imagination, or a chilling premonition of the life he was living without her? Elena traced the faint, sweet smell, a knot tightening in her stomach. Lately, David had been distant, his eyes holding a veiled sadness she couldn't penetrate, his excuses for late nights growing increasingly elaborate. She dismissed it as stress, as exhaustion, but the doubt, once a whisper, was now a persistent hum. A forgotten hospital wristband, tucked deep within a suit jacket pocket he rarely wore, became the first shard of ice. Maternity ward, visitor it read, dated for a day David had claimed to be on an urgent business trip. Elena's hands trembled as she clutched the flimsy paper, the air suddenly thin. The logical part of her screamed for an explanation, while a primal fear clawed at her throat, demanding answers she wasn't sure she wanted. Fueled by a cocktail of dread and determination, Elena began to investigate. Discrepancies in his expense reports led her to an address on the other side of the city, a quaint, unassuming house with a bright yellow door. Her heart hammered against her ribs as she parked, hidden, watching. A woman, beautiful and radiant, emerged, pushing a stroller. Then, David, laughing, leaned down to kiss her forehead, a tenderness Elena hadn't seen in years. The world tilted on its axis. Elena watched, numb, as David scooped up a small child, a boy with his eyes, his smile. Two families. Two lives. Her life, a carefully constructed tapestry, had been brutally torn apart by a lie woven over years. The betrayal was a physical ache, a searing pain that eclipsed all else. Her vision blurred with unshed tears, but beneath them, a cold, hard resolve began to crystallize. Elena returned home, a ghost in her own house. David called, his voice light, asking about her day. Each word was a fresh blade. She responded with practiced normalcy, her voice steady, masking the volcano erupting within. This wasn't just about anger, it was about the desecration of their shared history, the mockery of her love. She would not confront him in a storm of tears, she would dismantle his deception with surgical precision. She spent weeks meticulously gathering evidence. Bank statements showing dual rent payments, gifts that never materialized for her but clearly supported another household, photographs she secretly took. The pain of each discovery was a bitter fuel, hardening her resolve. She was no longer just a wronged wife, she was an architect of justice, carefully laying the groundwork for David's inevitable downfall, every piece of paper a nail in his coffin of lies. The anniversary dinner. Elena chose their favorite restaurant, wore his favorite dress. David, oblivious, was effusive, talking about their future. Elena smiled, a chilling, distant smile, the truth a silent scream behind her eyes. As the waiter brought champagne, she produced a single, innocuous-looking envelope. "A little gift," she said, her voice soft, "to commemorate our love." Inside were photographs of him, with his other family. The color drained from David's face. His carefully constructed mask shattered, revealing fear, then shame, then a desperate, pathetic plea. Elena watched him, devoid of pity. "How could you?" he whispered. Her voice, when it came, was a razor's edge. "How could I not? You stole my life, David. You built another on the ruins of ours. This is not a gift, it's a reckoning." The restaurant faded into a blur around them, his world collapsing. The divorce proceedings were swift, brutal, and public. Elena presented her evidence, irrefutable and devastating. David lost everything, his reputation, his assets, and ultimately, the trust of both families. The other woman, heartbroken and betrayed herself, left him. Elena watched from a distance as his carefully compartmentalized world imploded, the debris scattering far and wide. She felt no joy, only a profound, hollow exhaustion. Months later, Elena stood alone in her renovated home, stripped of memories, ready for a new beginning. The baby powder scent was long gone, replaced by the clean smell of fresh paint and possibility. The betrayal had nearly destroyed her, but surviving it had forged a strength she never knew she possessed. The past was a wound, but it was healing. She was free, finally free, to reclaim her own life, one breath at a time.